See if this thing works. Here we go. Howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Monotalk. It is April 6th. And it looks like Soros, these NGOs, and where all this money disappears to through the wars, the pandemics, the whatever emergency that's out there that they want to use today to fund themselves. It's just a circle thing, you know. They just keep doing it. But anyway, I was just looking at this. I'm like, what the heck is going on here, bro? Let me see. I'm on the wrong one. Oh, here we go. Yeah, right here. Let's listen to this guy. This girl right here. This is going to be good.
Feels like it, right? That said, may I suggest that you go to bed kind of early. Hydrate. Eat your Wheaties in the morning. Maybe put off the Friday night cocktail to make it a Saturday night cocktail this week, if at all. I'm only saying that because tomorrow is going to be very busy. Saturday is going to be very busy. I said at the top of the show there are more than 1,200 protests planned for tomorrow in all 50 states. I stand corrected. It is more than 1,300 protests planned in more than in all 50 states. It's expected to be the largest single day of protest since Donald Trump took office. Joining us now is Ezra.
If you're MAGA, just let them have their moment. Let them have their just that one last hurrah, because they're basically running out of money. And it's not going to do anything. It's not going to do a fucking thing. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to say it. Just let them have their whining, bitching, complaining, crazy asylum nutcase gathering, and just let them do their thing. Now, if they get violent and if they start to destroy things, which I'm sure some will, let the police do their job. Hopefully they will in the blue states. I don't think they will. I think they'll let them destroy shit. It makes for better television, right? But I'm going to say it now. Let them fucking do it. Don't go in there. And there's probably going to be some theatrical, already scripted, supposed MAGA people causing issues. Guaranteed. They're going to do whatever they can to paint MAGA, MAHA, MASA, make America safe again, make America healthy again, make America great again, as the demons, as the, you know, like I always said, the Democratic Party is basically the pot calling the kettle black party. That's what they become. It's pretty sad. So don't do anything. Just let them fucking have their... Look, this is their last hurrah. They're not going to be able to do this much longer because all the money that they've been getting is being stopped. USA Aid, all this NGO pandemic money, all this fucking trans money, all this other crap, you know, Ukraine money. It's over. This is it. And I don't even know why they're doing it because there's nothing that they're going to be able to do anyway. They're just trying to get... So this is the Demoncratic Party is on their way out the door. If you don't realize that, then, you know, and I say Demoncrats because they're a fucking bunch of demons, and it'll be proven. And I've showed many of interesting and diabolical, sinister, disgusting, heinous things about this party and what they've been doing, especially to our children. Which they need to fucking start getting away from that shit quick. The grooming shit has got to stop. The trans shit as kids and toddlers has got to fucking stop. It's just, it's not only delusional, it's not only nonsensical and completely deranged. deranged. Lunacy. It's criminal. Felonious. So if they want to continue down that path, then I'm pretty sure those people that are promoting this kind of actual child abuse will be targeted. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, let them have their fucking thing. I hope you're listening. I hope you're fucking paying attention. Let them have their moment. Let Marianne Williams rattle her fucking cha-chas or whatever. Let fucking Bernie do his bullshit Pied Piper crap again. Just let them have their fucking time. Because it's done. There, like I said, if there's actually, hey Jordan, if there's actually a Democratic Party by 2026, I'll be surprised. It might take a little longer, but I think the majority of the party will be decimated within the next 6 to 8 months. Hope maybe a year. What's about to come out and what's being prepared diligently, legally, respectfully to expose not only J6 but 2020. Yeah, it's coming. I've already talked about it. I've already gone over it. You look at my videos. I've already shown you how the pandemic helped, or COVID-19 helped 2020 in that process of taking forever to count ballots. And there's so many other things. It's just J6 and the way they were on the roof and shooting tear gas behind them to get them to move forward towards the Capitol. I have videos on that. I've showed all that stuff. And then, of course, they were given the red carpet tour when some of them went in. But Ashley Babbitt, that needs to be fucking fixed. And there's a few people. Anyway, I love grapes. Next, am I actually, let me see if I got a show going here. Yeah, Jordan just showed up. Why does it keep using this picture? Oh, I gotta fix that. Let's see if I can fix that here. Man. What the fuck is this picture? Did I make it permanent or something? I don't get it. Alright, let's go here, find another fucking picture. Because that picture is just retarded. Literally, it's retarded. I can't put it in there yet. So why does it keep having that one? Oh, maybe I can change. Here we go. Oh, God, thank God. Alright, here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, I like this one. No. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Yeah, I'm just going to lose that one. See if that'll fit in there. Maybe. We'll see. Change is saved. Hopefully it'll change. Anyway. Alright, this is kind of a weekend wrap up. So some things I'm going to go over tonight. It's past 9. Tariffs are working. Sorry for the bad news there, Demoncrat supporters. George Soros is funding everything. Let me get back to that video, by the way. That just reminded me. So, here we go.
He's co-founder of Indivisible, which is one of the groups that is promoting these events tomorrow. Ezra, thanks very much for joining us tonight. You were here just a couple of 3 weeks ago talking about the earliest idea for April 5th being sort of a hub for events all over the country and in Washington. How has the organizing gone? What has the response been compared to what you expected?
Gosh, Rachel, it's been incredible. Can I just say it has been incredible. We knew when we announced 3 weeks ago on the show that this was going to be the week where we saw an election in Wisconsin. We were cautiously optimistic about that election in Wisconsin for the Supreme Court. We didn't know we were going to kick Elon Musk's butt all across the state, but we were cautiously optimistic.
Oh.
We also didn't know that Cory Booker was going to give this incredible speech inspiring all of us and
Incredible.
telling us that he
Incredible.
was taking a stand in response to pushes from his own constituents. We also didn't know that Donald Trump was going to launch a global attack on the economies of not our economy, but the global economy. This confluence of events, this sense that they are overreaching so much, and there is a possibility to fight back and win, is leading to this just incredible response. As you said, more than 1,300 events every single state. Yes, there are over 100 events in California. There are more than 60 in the state of New York, more than 50 in Washington. But it's not just those states, Rachel. We see 17 events across the state of Montana, 14 across Alaska. This is everywhere. We're not just talking about one event in every state. We're talking about multiple, sometimes dozens of events. And these are normal, everyday people who are saying, hey, I've had enough. I've seen institutions fall. I've seen the universities. I've seen businesses. I've seen law firms not stand up, not support our liberal democracy. So what am I going to do as an individual? Well,
What do you call it? Liberal democracy? Oh, God. What is that?
I'm going to do my part. I'm going to show up. That's what tomorrow is about. And it's, gosh, Rachel, it is inspiring to see so many people hop on board this train.
The theme under which this is sort of loosely organized is hands off. I've seen people use all sorts of different types of phrasing around the different types of protests that they're going to be part of, and it seems like it's lots of different groups who are organizing, and in some cases it's no groups, it's just individual people who are coming out with their friends and neighbors. But it seems like the hands-off messaging is the most overarching phrase that we're going to hear tomorrow, and the most overarching idea, right?
One of the beautiful things about this is it's meeting people where they are. We're all coming to this for a different reason. We can say, hands off the Department of Education, hands off our Social Security, hands off our Medicaid, hands off trans kids, hands off.
Nobody wants to touch those, and nobody is. This is whatever. It's just fucking retarded. It's just fucking retarded, and people are buying this. There's somebody in there just going, "Oh my God, Rachel, so great, how wonderful." I know a bunch of people that are. It's just fucking retarded.
Hands off our communities, hands off our civil rights, hands off our democracy. Different things.
Oh, your democracy. Your democracy is a little different than most people's democracy. I can tell you fucking that.
Bringing different people to this fight. That's good. That's okay.
No, you're not bringing different people. You're bringing a bunch of fucking lunatics. Those are the people that will be at these marches. I highly recommend that somebody go out and just kind of make sure that we find out who these fucking lunatics are, because they're out there. There's a bunch of them. Lunatics. Crazy fucking lunatics.
Okay. We can all come together and say no. And that's what we're going to see tomorrow.
Yeah, Popular Front, very, 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 very big tent. If for some reason you don't like what Donald Trump is doing to the country, there's a very large tent that is open to you, and people are going to be, feels like it.
Terror, Soros-funded Indivisible is openly admitting they are behind 1,300 paid protests happening today in all 50 states. Democratic billionaires are funding these uprisings, and they should all be held legally accountable for the violence and vandalism. Yeah, they will be. They will be. So that's what Musk is saying, because it's going to happen. They're going to do some shit, and then they're going to go after them. But, I mean, Musk has already said he wants them gone. He wants these people, he wants these NGOs, I don't care what side it is. I don't think he cares what side. There's some NGOs out there that are they've just got to go. APAC, I'm not very excited about, by the way, myself. No, of course not. Be a few minutes. Let's put that, oh yeah, there's a good one here. Here, let me just center this so you can see what I'm doing. All right. Yeah, please don't poison. When I was a kid, I got 8 shots. 8 things. 8, took a pill, thing, whatever. Now there's 72. Just ridiculous. Ridiculous. What do you got there, John? I have minimum parties, content, hopefully. Yeah, some Marchap. Chad is doing great work. I haven't heard anything about that. I don't know why they don't send it to me. I'm just wondering what they stand for. And I wonder what their platform is. Because it's got to be better than what Trump is throwing out there. Because Trump isn't really throwing out any bullshit this time. Right? Remember, he was a Democrat. He kind of thinks like a Democrat, but not in the new sense. He thinks in it like a Democrat in the like decades ago, when they were talking about caring about the 99.9%. And if the Emerald Party can keep that as their slogan, the 99.9% should be number one. And we want to support the billionaires and the millionaires and trillionaires, whatever. That's fine. You know, and we're not asking for handouts. We're just, if we're going to work a decent day of work should have a decent day's pay. Period. Depending on where you live. And this is a state thing. I've already talked about this. I'm not going to keep going. But let's get back to this. Here it is right here. So Musk demands arrest of over fake NGOs. So there's a lot of NGOs out there that are fake that were taking USAID money and a lot of other money from all kinds of crap. And he wants to go after these people, and I fully fucking agree. I fully agree. Let me just watch the first part of this and see what this... I want to just see what... or did I already have this up? Let me just see here. No, I didn't. Let me put it up real quick, like. I'm going to open it up in a new tab. Right here. See if it'll pop up. I don't know if it will. There's a commercial. Yep, gotta have your commercial. Skip the fucking commercial.
Elon Musk is calling for the arrest of leaders behind what he describes as fake non-governmental organizations, accusing them of laundering billions in taxpayer dollars to politically connected allies. In an interview on Fox News' The Five, Musk, who heads the Department of Government Efficiency, said these groups, funded primarily by federal grants, operate as part of a uniparty scheme to enrich Democratic operatives, with occasional GOP ties to keep critics quiet. Musk said there needs to be a number of arrests, claiming the money trail flows.
So I'm going to just say this because it's kind of obvious, as I've done a lot of investigating and research and my due diligence and chickadee checking myself before I wreck myself, information, data seeking, whatever. A lot of this money, like what you were just seeing earlier from, I just played it as Rachel Maddow was talking about these 1,300 paid protests, right? These 1,300 paid protests. You're going to find out that a lot of that money came from your tax dollars, eventually. And you're going to find out that and George Soros isn't rich on his own. No, don't even, look, billionaires use other people's money to make themselves rich. And there's a formula for that I need to start learning how to do. Because it'd be nice to be a billionaire right now. But, God, please, if you don't mind, throw a big chunk of dough my way. All right. Yeah, a lot of this money and all these little events, right, with Elon Musk, I'm telling you, there's a connection. And they're finding out a lot of connections. I mean, just recently, Elon Musk said they tried to erase a bunch of information, like tons of information, probably terabytes of information. They thought the Democratic Party the illegitimate Biden administration and their Democratic Party administration cabinet cohorts tried to delete as much information as they could, terabytes, I think. And then Musk comes out and goes, well, they sure don't know computers because we found it. They found it. And it's coming. And it's all going to be traceable. It's all going to be trackable. And it's all going to be there. Just telling you. All right. How's this coming here? Let me just check if this picture's changed. Fucking still there. What the flip, man? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How do I get rid of that fucking picture? It's just... It's haunting me now. Ah, that's so funny. All right. Let's go to my new girlfriend. Oh, I wish she was... Oh, my God, I wish this woman... She is fucking smoking hot. And she's smart. Right? Her name is Leonardi Joni. It just seems weird. It seems like it should be Joni Leonardi. But anyway, maybe she changed it. I don't know stage name. I'm not sure. But anyway, she's got some new information out. I highly recommend you guys go watch it. She mocks and makes fun of everything. Just to let you know, she's a comedian. Try not to take things too personally with her, right? I think that's important for you to know when it comes to comedy. You're not supposed to take it personally unless the guy's telling you to your face in a dark alley. Then I would take it personally. But anyway. So, GOP Senator, okay, here it is. So the hands-off rally, was this today? I think it was today, right? It was today. So they were talking about yesterday. So that was today. Yeah, it was just funded by Soros and everything. It was just fucking ridiculous. It was fucking ridiculous, man. Let's go down the line here of some stuff I saved. This doesn't seem very up to date at all. I could have sworn I had stuff that was newer saved from Montauk. Let me just check this real quick. It's commercial. Hey,
I just ran into this guy at the gas station. You wouldn't believe.
I believe it, bro. I believe it. I am believing you. Yeah, let's go down this. Oh, I like watching this. I gotta tell you, this is a pretty, for being 73 or 74 years old, I'm gonna tell you, this is a fucking good golf shot. For God's sakes.
Oh yeah, get up there. Get up! Yes! You've hit it inside me a couple times today. I think you might be closer.
Who's closer?
Is one of the greatest shots I've seen in a long time. Drove it to 4 feet. Oh yeah, get up there. Get up!
If you're wondering why he's moving forward with that drive, which isn't common for somebody younger, but if you're older, that forward momentum actually gives you more ball speed, believe it or not. It forces your hands to come around quicker, so that's all by design. He's not falling down. That's an actual technique. I've tried it. It works.
Yes! You've hit it
I just like this swing, though. For this guy, bam, that's a fucking good swing, man.
Oh yeah, get up there.
Yeah.
Get up! Yes! You've hit it
Yeah, that's pretty badass. Okay. All right. So, all right, let me just check this and see if it changed when I open it. Let me turn that off. All right. So So the NGO Soros thing that participated, they're going to find out where this is what a lot of people don't get. A lot of people don't get this, and I'm going to tell you right now. Trump has access to freaking everything. Trump has access to everything. Just like Biden and the FBI and the Department of Justice spied on all of you, Trump has now that access. I do not and hope not, he will not abuse that and only go after those that are committing actual constitutional crimes or state crimes or even in the city crimes or whatever the crimes may be that are heinous and disgusting and wrong. If that's the case, then we're cool. But I don't want people snooping around unless, and this is something people need to bring up because we brought it up. MAGA, Maha, and Massa. I'm a MAGA, Maha, Massa, whatever. Anyway. It should be court ordered. You have to bring a case to the court saying this person is doing something that could be detrimental to our country. Okay? And then on the other hand, you could say, well, 15 million illegitimate, illegal, possible terrorists were just let into our country in the past 4 years. Then you would have to kind of supersede that at that point. And it just has to be done. It just has to be done. Now, there are people out there you want to keep your eye on, for sure. And you got to be careful. But let the American citizens have their right. Definitely if you're an illegal alien. Some people don't understand illegal, by the way. Illegal is fucking illegal. Right? It's just fucking illegal. Why does this light seem so dim today? Is it that? No? Is it this? Should this be this? Is that better? Right there? Kind of better. I think it seems a little low still. Maybe it's just needs to... Let me see if I can... Yeah. Alright, I'll just do it like that. Fuck it. I think it's just all kind of... I look really tan. I look very tan. I look like a very tan person. Anyway, I truly believe that at this point, when there's, we have proof of all these murders and rapes and just disgusting shit that's been happening with a lot of these illegals, and I'm sure, and we've had it prior with citizens. This is something we need to check, and we need to deport people for sure. This is just too much. I've already discussed the process. Okay, I have to do it again. God, Jesus. For decades, the United States has brought in anywhere from 400,000 to 600,000 illegal immigrants per year. Not a big deal. A few $1 million, maybe $5, $10, $15 million. It costs us to take care of this, sometimes $20, $30 million. In some cases, maybe $80 to $100 million just to take care of this stuff. It's, to reprocess them, send them back, busing and all this shit, investigations, manpower, blah, 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 right? 400,000 to 600,000. In the past 4 years, during the illegitimate Biden administration, over 15 million were brought in, averaging about over 400, over 400, what is that? Over 4.3 million or something like that per year. That's a gigantic difference. And a lot of people don't understand is it cost us close to about $150, $160 billion and still costing, especially in the blue states that are still paying for it, money to house them, to feed them. And they didn't have to take a fucking COVID vaccine, by the way. That wasn't mandated. Interesting. Interesting. And it's just to that point to where if you can't provide them with what you say you're going to provide them with, which they weren't, they just wanted to use them long enough to use their numbers for census, for the Census Bureau, so they could eventually use those numbers to rig elections. I'm telling you now. And then there were some that were implanted to do certain things, mischievous things that they're already finding out about, that have already been done. There are some cells within the United States at this right now that are hiding in hills, hiding in caves, hiding in abandoned houses. I am not fucking kidding you. Because the whole apparatus of the illegitimate Biden administration that wanted to create domestic terrorists, that's their goal. The Demoncrats' job, according to Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum, was to take down the last stronghold. I've proved this over and over and over again. And who is the last stronghold? And what is the last stronghold? The United States of America. Then, central bank digital currency comes into play, and you're going to own nothing and like it, and you're going to eat the bugs. This is not a joke. And they were going to depopulate the fucking 2/3 of the planet's population. This was their process. They don't need you. They don't need your money. They don't need your support. They don't need your likes or subscribes. They don't need you anymore. There's too many of you. It's easier for the globalist elite, predator class, to control 2 billion than it is to control 8 billion. And they don't want to go anywhere else. They don't want to go to another planet. They want to keep it here. They've decided they want to keep it here and control it the way they want it. We're talking about an Aryan-type nation of people. And I don't think they're all white. I think they just want to make sure it's just their bloodline. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. I've went over this many times. I brought out receipts. The fthewf.org was the website that I had. I still have that information if you ever want it. But everything led to the conclusion they want to kill off 2/3 of the planet's population and hoard the rest for themselves. That's it. That's it. COVID it was the flu. To get you to take the AIDS-infested thing you took in your arm. Just telling you. Sorry, you fell for it. There's nothing I can do for it. I mean, everything I'm saying right now, I have proof of everything. I can send you my blog. My blog information is on there also, down below. And that'll pretty much tell you everything. There's just so much, man. It's overwhelming. But if you're not looking and you're just watching Rachel Maddow or Jesse Waters or Fox or whatever, you're not going to get all the information you want. You're not. You're not. You know, if you're watching PBS or NPR or BBC, they're not going to tell you what you need to know. And it drives me fucking crazy. And I got to say this to guys like Due Dissonance and Hardlands Media and all these other fucking people that are doing pretty decent work. But sometimes there's that one article in the New York Times, or the LA Times, or the Washington Post that fits kind of their direction of what they believe should be the news. Now, I don't like using any of that. I've done it in the past. I don't like it, but I have to verify it. Before I put something up from The Atlantic, before I put something up from Breitbart, before I put something up, I do my best to do a few searches, and I have a way of doing searches through different platforms and different services that are out there online. You know, you're gonna find something that's gonna kind of contradict what the narrative that this particular writer or author is trying to convey or trying to spread. So you got to be careful, right? And just jumping on these articles sometimes is not really a good idea. Sometimes I've done it. I think maybe I do it, but I'm just saying we got to be careful with this stuff, right? We just got to be careful. All in all, it's just simple. Going back to this, I got to get to this. The Demoncrats continue to be criminals abroad. We know that. But they got to be taught a lesson. Right? They got to be taught a lesson. And the lesson that they're going to learn, and I think I have it here. This guy clearly explains it right in your face. Bada bing, bada boom. Let me just grab it real quick. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, man. It's probably way down here. Yeah. You know, I'll get to that in a second. Cory Booker's as high as he's just on every fucking drug possible. All right, I want you to scroll with me. Sorry about that. Oh, I hear. This Democratic mayor gets fucking booed. Booed bad. Donna Heminger. Just, gross. Oh, there's Caitlin Clark. I don't know, man. She looks good. And she walks good in heels, because that's what women do. Real women walk good in heels. And she looks pretty fucking smoking hot. I mean, I'm a sucker for athletic women. And that is like, that's, you know, athletic women fucking just wreck me. You know? I mean, if you can throw a softball, play badminton, I mean, if you're athletic at it, you got me. Trust me. And then there's this article about vaccines. It's so, oh man, this is about an hour or so long. It is just some really serious information that I employ even the Demoncratic Party supporters that are out there right now listening or watching to watch it. Just watch it. I mean, but no, vaccines are good. No. Oh God, I'm not saying they're terrible and evil, but 72 before you're 18. I want you to sit in a chair, and I want you to sit there and get one every minute for 72 minutes. You do that to yourself, whether it's saline or B12 or whatever. I want you to do it to yourself. If you're going to do that to your kid, do it to yourself. It's just, what? Just think about that. That's, oh my God. It's just so, there's no, beyond ludicrous, beyond absolute lunacy. There's got to be a new word. We've got to make a new word. Some people want to say libtard, libtardius. I don't know. It's just fucking nuts. Clown. It's just because it. Anyway, you gotta watch this. Scrolling. Sorry. Oh, by the way, it's funny.
Well, the media is going to act like there was some major anti-Trump protest in Washington, D.C. today. But the reality is, it's fake. They were all busting on buses, like right behind me. Stay tuned for Laura Loomer's exclusive footage that will show that a lot of the anti-Trump protesters in D.C. were literally busting. You know, it's really funny. We caught the left busting protests.
They did that throughout the entire fucking 24 campaign. Oh, this is good. Because you know you need this.
I'm nobody's little princess or little heartbreaker.
You can't put me in the girl box or the boy box, even if I have boy or girl genitalia. I don't need to be either. Yes, science says they do. It's called a penis and a vagina. We're letting them see for themselves one day. These are all pride. I is for inching ahead bit by bit. Pride. Resist.
A furry. Look at the furry.
I affirm me and the ABCs of inspiration for black kids. Every black person is different. Yeah, every white person is different.
Every person is
just so you're
different.
aware, yeah. Jay's for George Floyd. I live my truth. I live my truth.
It's Breonna Taylor.
Oh, stop it. What does it say? I can do everything. No, you can't do everything. You can't.
More than 50 countries have reached out to President Trump to begin negotiations following his tariffs announcement. Oh my God. Wait, here's one. Just had a very productive call with Tom Lam, General Secretary of Communist Party of Vietnam, who told me that the Vietnam wants to cut their tariffs down to 0. If they are able to make an agreement with the U.S., I thanked him on behalf of our country and said I look forward to a meeting in the near future. Here's my guy I was looking for earlier. You got to watch this. This guy's good. This is the guy. I have had the same message, but he does it pretty well.
Saying, well, I voted. I'm seeing more and more people online saying, well, I voted for Trump, but I didn't vote to lose my job, and I didn't vote for a global trade war, and I didn't vote for Elon Musk to run amok in the government, slashing agencies and cutting jobs, and I didn't vote to see America's allies cast aside. Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course you voted for that. You were perfectly happy to see all that happen as long as it didn't happen to you. And now that the leopard is eating your face, suddenly you've changed your tune. Well, you get no sympathy from me. You voted for that. You wanted that. So you sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. I don't care what happens to you. I just want you to feel the pain that you brought on yourself, because that is the only way you can learn.
Well done. Well done. And then I wrote this because I think this is important for people to know. This is what happens when you take away the U.S. AID cash cow, expose the previous administration's plethora of criminal corruption, and open all the insane asylum doors. That's basically what we're seeing. Today was full of them. Nobody really knows what they're asking for, but to hate an electric car company and the current sitting president? Come on. Well, when I was a Democrat, we asked for removing Citizens United. McCutcheon versus FBC. How about raising the minimum wage, Medicare for all? And no more wars. For decades, the Democratic Party had sold to all of us that they were going to do something positive for the 99.9%. Now, let that sink in for a second. Let that sink in. Why are you protesting? They had 4 years to do what you thought they would do. But they haven't done anything. They didn't codify Roe versus Wade. They didn't fucking do anything. They didn't bring up the minimum wage. They didn't try. The free college thing was just a scam. It never went through. Free college, okay, then make it free car payments. And free how about free fucking mortgages? And free credit cards while we're at it. How about nobody work, everybody get fat, and we turn into WALL-E, the Disney show, where everybody's just fat, flying in space, just fucking flat and retarded. For decades, Democratic never really did. Now it seems their movement is for male cross-dressers. Is that it? Keep your hands off my trans. Nobody wants to touch them. Nobody wants to touch those fucking people. I don't want to fucking touch those fucking people. More wars and shipping more illegal immigrants, criminals into our country. Yeah, we need to bring more illegal immigrants in this country. Just to, you know what? Rob Schneider did a great little comedy sketch the other day. He goes, man, it sucks being here illegally because I just took somebody's job and now the next guy wants to take my job and then the next guy's going to take his job and so on. When is this going to stop, man? We need to fucking close the borders. You know? That's it. That's it. And then who gets the shitty end of the stick in the very beginning? The United States citizen. And I dare any one of you to take the citizenship test. That's like 100 questions or something. 50 to 100 questions. I've seen it several times. I maybe got 75% out of that, maybe 80. It's not easy. There's some things, I think we all should take that test. Unfortunately, many of these people are paid actors followed by some straggling, extremely naive, meek and malleable, obedient, lost souls, which is true. Most of those people are just pretty mentally ill and they're just trying to cling on to something. It kind of sucks. But that's pretty much the case. And I would say most of these people that are out there on the streets that are screaming frantically or whatever, they've been medicated for so long, they can't think fucking straight. They're drinking disgusting, poisonous water all the time. They're constantly drunk or addicted to opioids. They're just fucked up. I've seen it. I see what a chemical community, a chemical family turns out to be. And it's not good. The money is running out, like I told you. So this is probably their last big push at who fucking knows what. But hey, it's America, and they have every right to peaceably assemble and voice their scripted opinions. You know, that's fine. So that's it. I think that was the last wad load. Oh, this is a good one. You gotta see this one. Look at this guy.
So what makes Trump a fascist? What makes Trump a fascist?
He does things without
You gotta talk loud. I don't have my mic on.
I'm not really good into interviews stuff like that.
Sorry?
He just does everything he wants and, not following laws or, he's a convicted felon, that's all I know.
But your sign says he's a fascist, and I'm just curious what makes him a fascist.
One of the things is that he's trying to control the media, right?
Say that again?
He's trying to control the narrative.
How is he trying to control the media? Doesn't every president try to control the narrative?
They try to control their own narrative, but one of the things that Trump's has done, for example, is the renaming the Gulf of Mexico, and then not allowing the. They try to control their own narrative, but one of the
masks in the background.
things that Trump's has done,
Now you
for example,
know that's a legitimate Democratic Party supporters fucking. Oh my God, those people are probably quadruple boosted.
The renaming the Gulf of Mexico, and then not allowing the Associated Press to come into the White House. Basically, trying to get.
What are your?
They don't have a ration. If you've ever heard Biden talk, and if you've ever heard Kamala Harris speak, they all kind of speak in the same mannerism and the same way. Nothing actually comes to an absolute conclusive ending sentence that actually holds an actual point. It's kind of alarming. I'm not putting down these kids. I'm just saying our educational system definitely was a giant scam for a long fucking time.
Your feelings about him renaming the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America when a majority of the Gulf is in fact on the coast of America as opposed to Mexico?
I mean, it's kind of pointless. People.
Is it pointless?
Yeah, people call it the Gulf of Mexico. What's the
Don't
point
you think
of
it could have a
changing the name?
positive tourism impact potentially?
Tourism has.
There's an actual strategic reason, because if you make it the Gulf of America, you could actually extend the border, which he wants to do. There's a 200-mile, I think it's increased, I'm not sure, of where other vehicles, air, surface, under the water, submarines, can be from a country. And the Gulf definitely itself needs to be protected. The other reason why is for Panama. He wants to control Panama. He's letting BlackRock go in there now use their power and influence. He understands the process. But he's going to keep his thumb on BlackRock. This gives BlackRock their way of being contributors to the United States. So that's the deal that was made. You got to understand Trump. He's going to make a deal. He probably shouldn't with Larry Fink, or is it Larry Fink? Yeah, BlackRock, the CEO, who makes $1 bazillion every second of every moment of the day. Which, whatever. That's Trump. He's gonna make a deal. Every time this guy makes a deal, I hate to say this, but he gets a chubby. I'm just saying. This man definitely wants, because a deal to him means it's like car sales. And I want you to try to, if you've ever bought a car from a used car dealership or a new car dealership, then you'll understand this, because this is the way it really works in the world. Most people that go to the dealership don't buy a car. You're not buying a car. Hear me out. You're sold a car, because most people that go to the dealership believe that they're going to go to this dealership on Friday night, spend an hour or two there, go to 2 or 3 dealerships on Saturday, and then go to 1 or 2 on Sunday. And out of all those, they're going to pick and choose. What usually happens is you run into a team. Not one good salesperson, but a team of people that have a process and a system of sales. If they work together well, and if they can do what they're supposed to do in a timely process that actually makes sense to a customer all the time, then they're going to sell them that car. So most of these people that go into these dealerships, right, they might hit out of the 4 to 6 dealerships they say they're going to go to for the weekend. This is Orange County, LA. We're talking thousands of dealerships in that area. I'm just talking that big city areas. They'll probably just make it to 2. They may even get sold at the 1, depending on the team. Not saying they missed the deal, but most of these dealerships kind of provide the same thing. You're bringing in a piece of shit car that you've had for 8 to 10 years, or 4 to 6 years, or whatever. It doesn't smell good anymore. It's not running the way it is. Anything newer is going to be better. That's just the way it works. And the biggest question they ask you, and remember this, because it's the if I could, would you question. If I could get you the payment that you want, and you just test drove the car, it smells great, fresh new smell, it's got power, response, grip on the road, it's just sturdy, all these compartments, radio picking cameras, all this other shit. Now it's all a bunch of bullshit. But you're just excited, and you're thinking, wow. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, maybe I can get this car. The reason why I'm test driving is because it's kind of in my ballpark. So the guy comes up and he walks up and he takes your test drive. You come back, you're all excited. Right at that moment, they hit you. What'd you think? Everything good? Good. If I can get you, because you were talking about payments, right? You want to make sure your payments are good. If I can get you the payments that you want, that'll work for you. If I get you the price of the car, you don't even they might even ask that. If I can get to the interest rate you want, because people are into interest rates, or if I get you the term that you want, how many years at the interest rate, whatever the combination is, right? And you know what? And even throw on the rims that you want, because on that other car you like those rims, right? But if I could change it and put on this car, would you drive it away today? I mean, would you take it? I mean, I'm just thinking about it. Of course I would. I would be an idiot if I didn't. Boom. Let's go do the numbers. Let's go work it. Let's go do this. It's the deal. And I'm telling you, it's the deal that gets people to move. Everything is sales. Everything is marketing. Everything is advertising. these poor kids are just victim to a lot of advertising, but with nothing behind it. They're just told or directed to hate and not like, or to, and the same thing with even MAGA. But MAGA actually, from my perspective, this is me, you can think whatever you want, has a much better stance, has a much more morally and ethically correct position. For sure. In many ways. You know, conservatism, whatever. You know, nationalism, whatever. I'm a patriot. The reason why I have a flag, the reason why I have a flag in front of my house, and I had it, is because in boot camp, I carried the American flag during the ceremony. When I graduated, I taught others how to do the flag walk or march. So I got that honorable position of being, with all those 50 states flying around me in circles going counterclockwise. I was the guy that raised the American flag at the end, high above all. And that was very meaningful to me. I'm a patriot. It's just the way I am. I'm built that way. Okay, however you're built, that's up to you. But anyway, so let me go to this one other thing here. I think it's important that we go to this. So right now, I kind of got to say this because this is important. It's been what, 3 months, 90, almost 100 days, and a lot of people are just, come on, man, come on, do something for God's sakes. The big question is, and Buscemi was with me. He's been on the show several times. An old military veteran, really good guy. He's been on the talk several times. He asked this question. So, with all this waste, abuse, and fraud, nobody's in jail, right? And I'm hearing that. And everybody's going after Pam Bondi. Everybody's going after Kash Patel. Everybody's going after a bunch of people. But I've got to tell you that if some of these people are within the confines of the law, which most of them aren't dumb enough to not be, and if they're caught with any kind of fraud, any kind of coercion or collusion or some type of criminal act going against that particular position's, constitutional process, then yeah, they're going to go after them. So they have to go through every single situation one by one. And if you think it's just Nancy Pelosi, it's not just Nancy Pelosi. If you think it's just Adam Schiff, it's not just Adam Schiff. If you think it's just Lindsey Graham, it's not just Liz Cheney, not just Liz Cheney. Okay? McConnell, it's not fucking McConnell. It's not just McConnell. It's not just a lot of the Crockett. I mean, you fucking name all these people, Letitia James and all these judges, just so much crap out there that has been spewing and growing and manifesting. It's just, there's a lot to get through. And Pam Bondi and her team, along with Kash Patel and even Tulsi Gabbard's in there, I guarantee it, reviewing a lot of information. Trump's just waiting for these reports to come in, but he's trusting these people that'll do it, because what he's going to say, and I'm sure he has said, which I would say, you better make sure the fucking hammer of justice, not an eraser of justice, eraser marker of justice, that the hammer of justice is strong, expedient, and true. Don't miss. And that's where they're at. So, Dennis Bashimi, who's been on the show a few times, you're my buddy. Love you, bro. Try to come back on as soon as you can. But I got to tell you right now. And I'll make it really simple for you. It's going to take time. It's going to take some fucking time. It's going to take a lot of fucking time to get these done. And they've got to do it right. Because if they stumble, it could ruin everything. So they've got to be careful. They don't want to miss the shot. Like, here, watch this. Watch this. This is kind of shows you what I'm talking about. You want to be on target. When you're building your destroyer, you have to make sure you don't miss. Because it's either them or you. And I'm telling you, that's the way it is. And I'm playing Call of Duty now, but my Xbox One is kind of lagging. I need to get the Xbox One X or something. See, missed right there. That's what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm saying? You have to frickin' be on par. On fucking par. I'm telling you right now. There she is. Holy mackerel. Let's listen to her.
Thing you can be is a racist. And in some ways, they're right. Because the worst thing you could be that threatens the global empire of elites who want us to all be one mixed mongrel race with no roots in anything is a racist. Because this puts up all kinds of barriers to their goal. And in fact, their real goal is to simply get rid of white people who they perceive.
Is it just me, but does this beautiful, gorgeous woman with a brilliant mind, does she remind you of somebody? I'm trying to remember.
Apparently, Austin went to the track with his twin brother. This black kid was supposedly sitting. Hates Europeans. Really sad when we lose.
Hey, if you conceal carry, then you're probably going to want this right here.
Anyway, I'd get that. That looks pretty good. I don't know. Some of these things are kind of flimsy. The best thing to do if you're going to get a carry bat or carry belt, go in. Go into a. I would go. Honestly, I know this sounds stupid, but you go to a Bass Pro Shop. These guys sell them, and they fit people all the time, and they're going to know exactly what you need. Or go to a gun shop that has that kind of merchandise. A lot of it, and they've had it for a long time. So you want to go to a decent sized shop, and you want a shop that's been there for not just a few years but decades. The longer the shop has been there, in regards to a gun shop, the better it is for you. Trust me. I'm just telling you right now. I mean, I've been to some new ones and they're good, but the ones that you really want to pick their brains on, and they're always there for you, because if something happens to your gun, they're going to do what they can for you. That's why they've been there that long, right? If your car breaks down, they're going to bring it in. Let me take a look at it. It could just be a small little jam, or maybe I need to just get you a new piston or something. Whatever the case may be, a spring, who knows? Something simple, right? Or it could be a manufacturer anomaly, which happens. But, basically what I'm getting at is, buy American, for God's sakes. And that's what's happening with these tariffs, for sure. I love the way I changed my fucking... that was funny. All right. So they got to be taught a lesson. That's it. So Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard and Pete Hegseth and all these guys are developing their case. They haven't forgot about you. Don't you worry. Right? Dang it. Why is this guy on here? I wanted to see my girl. Yeah. She's smoking. Just reminds me of somebody. It's kind of weird. Yeah. She was also very good, too. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Stevie with Redneck Economics. She was really good. And a lot of great information. And then she just fell off the face of the earth. I don't know what she's doing now. I pray and hope to God that she's doing well and she's good, and things are okay. I've never said she's not invited. She's always welcome to come. I mean, everybody's welcome to come. All the old crew, you're all welcome to come back. I would like to talk to Chad, though, and Zach Moore, and see what they have with the Emerald Party. I think that's a big and great name, and they need to keep that going. But they can't piggyback off of anything Trump's doing. It's got to be new. It's got to be different. It's got to be about the 99.9%. Not handouts, but just being fair, right? I'm just like the tariffs. Trump wants it to be fair. I want it to be fair. People are coming to in regards to the tariffs. Everything that's coming out of the Democratic Party supporter, all that stuff is just complete and total lunacy. And it's like I said, it was like the insane asylum. It was like the insane asylum. The hangar bay doors of an insane asylum being let out in 2021. And that's what you're seeing now. And people have gone and tried to speak sensibly or talk to these people. It's just crazy. It's just nuts. Anyway, I want to say thank you for watching. This is James with Money Talk. I hope I got everything that I thought I was going to talk about. The NGOs got talking points. Oh, last but not least, I got to talk about this. This is kind of weird. So you're seeing, oh God, I know you've had enough, but let me just pull this up because I think this is really important. You've got to listen to my favorite guy. Where is he? Here he is right here. This is the guy. This is the guy right here. Here's my guy.
Is showing once and for all the power of the people is greater than the people in power. For every Musk, there's a Martin, a Medgar, and a Malcolm.
Wait a second. Wait until they open up the information on Martin Luther King Jr. You're going to be really surprised about that one. And most of these people are going to be... anyway.
And millions of others that say, I will stand for America even when they try to tear it down.
Oh snap. Oh, snap. Right? Is he just saying that Trump's trying to tear down the United States? That's fucking... Oh, my God. What did I say? The Democratic Party is, a.k.a. the pot calling the kettle black party. They're going to do whatever they can to point the finger at somebody else instead of themselves. And they've already blamed their own constituents already. Oh, it's the minorities. Oh, it's those people. Oh, it's that people. It's not what we're doing. It's not what our message is, which we don't fucking really know what that is because you haven't had one in a long fucking time. But it's just, is it just me or has the script changed? Or has it kind of turned around on them? It kind of has. We were just here 4-5 months ago. We were just here. Where most of us for the past 4 years were going, no, we don't want to be mandated with a fucking genocidal bioweapon that you guys have been pushing. And then we don't want to take back in our 20th booster. Right? We don't want the fucking prices to continue to go up. We don't want a war to keep going with Ukraine and possibly start some nuclear activity. We don't want all the shit that you're doing. We don't want central bank digital currency, which is where you guys were going. We don't want fucking everybody to be trans in the world, and we're not into the agenda of depopulation, and we sure aren't fucking buying the fucking green new fucking scam deal that you guys have been selling that even I fucking got. Even I got fucking tricked on that shit about 6-7 years ago. And especially Trump derangement syndrome. Thank you very much, Cheryl. Thank you very much. Cheryl, I've already been on for a while. I was just about to sign off, and I wanted to bring up Cory Booker. But hopefully you can come on tomorrow if you give me a time. Look, anybody wants to come on, send all my to contacting this content creator is the easiest thing ever. My information and who I am, where I'm at, what I'm about is right there. I'm not fucking shy, right? And I'm open with people. And I am going to tell you where I stand. If I don't like it, I'm going to say fuck you and I'm out of here, right? And then you're going to know I don't like it. Or I'm going to say, you know what, I get it. Let's fucking try to work it out. But if that's not what comes across to me, like, all right, before you do that, I just want to let you know here's where we're at. Then let's have a fucking, adult conversation about it. Anyway, but there's a lot of things out there. So Cheryl, tomorrow I'm going to be on again tomorrow night. If you want to come on, let me know. But if you want to come on, if you want to schedule a time, or you want to talk with James with Montauk, that has had the show since 2017. This is my 5th YouTube channel. Because of the Orwellian community guidelines of your favorite YouTube, which definitely we need to sue, and I'm trying to do right now, by the way, because these guys are they deserve it. You have no idea what it feels like when you put in hours and hours and days and months sometimes into the research, your due diligence, your fucking investigations. You're digging past the noise, the white noise that's out there from cable news networking, and actually talking to a congressperson or their liaison or their intern and getting the direct story of where they stand, or emailing a fucking astronaut, or talking with an actual doctor or virologist, or actually getting on the phone with politicians and having them on this show, people that are running for candidacies and all kinds of stuff. I had them all. I used to have like 15 people on here at one time. Just everybody's talking, some people arguing, some people debating, some people having great conversations, but we were all talking. And this is what they didn't want. And that's why they went after TikTok. That's why they went after YouTube. That's why they hated Joe Rogan, because you can't get much from a soundbite for me. You can take so much of the things I've said in the past and put it in a 15-second soundbite, and you would have a totally different opinion of it. Joe Rogan sits down, he has conversations with people. That's what I've been doing. I don't know how long he's been doing it, but I've been doing it since 2017. How long has Joe Rogan been doing that? I don't know. Jimmy Dore's a little different. He's kind of got a show. I'm like people coming on, having conversations, going through the issues, going through the things that are bothering me. We even talked about family stuff. I don't like to get personal with people. Just don't make it personal. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, anybody that wants to come on, let me know. My contact information is in the notes below, and we can have conversations. Hopefully, adult, meaningful, productive conversations. That's getting somewhere. But if it gets to the name calling, then you're gonna. I'll boot you. It's happened a few times. It's just, well, then you're just an asshole for this. Wait. All I said was, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and now I'm an asshole? I'm just simply stating a fact, something I'm reading off of the CDC website, or something I'm reading off of the NIH website, or something that I'm reading from your own congressperson that you supported that they said a couple of years ago. What's this happened? This is what happens usually. So if you come on, be prepared, because I can search quickly for a lot of information. And if you have to wait for my little 2 or 3 second search, it could be helpful for you. That's all I'm saying. People need to slow down. Just slow down, man. Take your time. Just cruise. Just groove it. Just keep it groovy, baby. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it groovy. Anyway, this is James with Monotalk. Mono meaning power. Talking means use your fucking words. Thank you for watching. Aloha, you guys.